What is this telling us?
Rishabh, thank you very much for having me on your show. This talks about what Wikipedia has been doing traditionally. You see, we have debated earlier, Rishabh, on Newsx that this anti-Hindu and anti-India bias is there. I'll give you a few examples which will validate what happened. Look at Delhi riots. Delhi riots, Wikipedia says it was orchestrated by Hindus. 1,600 times our various journalists and editors of your profile tried to edit it. But the main editorial body re-edited and back put it was done by Hindus. Bangalore riots, again done by Hindus. Hundreds of edits, again back to the same story. Point number 3, Ayurvedic medicine is quackery, whereas Unani medicine is the most reputed, time-tested pranali of medicine. Again, one bias. Now, if you go to, now when we have invented the medicine, when we have invented the plastic surgery, now Ayurveda is quackery and Unani is the most time-tested medicine. Similarly, in Kashmir files, there is a history of edits and re-edits happen, which is constantly there to hide the truth. Why the truth is being hidden? So one important point. Look at the Wikipedia Foundation. The one of the co-founders who started Wikipedia says that it is now a left-leaning platform. It is no longer it's a left-leaning publisher rather than a platform. Rishabh, there are 2 or 3 members which are common from Soros Foundation. $50,000 were given once by Soros Foundation, then another $2 million were given another time by Soros Foundation. Now, same George Soros meets Imran Khan, same George Soros talks Kashmir with Imran Khan Niazi. What is his loka? Uska danda kya Kashmir mein? What the hell he is going to do with Kashmir?
Okay. But amidst all of this, and the same charges have been made against Twitter. We don't know. All right, it seems that way, but might or might not be. But Sumit P, well, a conspiracy theory. It never happened.
Rishabh, the first thing which is out of the table is Wikipedia is not the words of Bible. Whatever is written is the ultimate truth. It is managed, manipulated, and propaganda. Even today, if you can pay 10,000 rupees and to the Wikipedia, you will get a page for which for 1 month will not be edited or nothing will be changed. It's all the money which makes the merry-go-round. The point here is, Rishabh, I want to make one quick point. The point here, which is very important, is that Wikipedia has a left-leaning and they have always been trying to do this. There is nothing which is absolute in Wikipedia. It's a consortium of people which put what they feel is right. But in Kashmir files, can Wikipedia say which character, which incident, and what's shown in the picture is factually wrong? They are not saying that at all.
No, well, you can say that movies...
System hamara hai. And that is what sums it all. I mean, that dialogue of, Pallavi ji is so true here. That is how they control the system. That is how they manage the system. When people of your profile, people from TOI and all the responsible journalists of India, 1,600 times added that Delhi riots was not orchestrated by Hindus. Why is it again edited back? Same goes for the Bangalore riots. Same goes for the Kashmir files. Now, the people living in India, the journalists, the editors of India don't know what happened in India, but this man living somewhere in Netherlands knows everything what happened here. This talks about the vendetta. This talks about the anti-India bias. This talks about the Soros funding which is coming into the system. This talks about the lineage to the West. When the Kashmir Files was a movie where it was a pictorial depiction of facts, nobody could ever challenge one sequence or one scene of the movie. But now this gentleman is trying to say this is all propaganda, this is all fries. The genocide happened, Rishabh. People, 500,000 people had to leave their homes. This is a history. This is
I began this conversation by saying that Holocaust...
Example of Mahi Vakil, Mahi Dalir, or Mahi Sanam, or Mahi Khuda. That is how Wikipedia works. Unfortunately, even last time in our debate, when our duty, which we are doing a national service right now, is exposing them. Because a 13-year-old teenager might not know what Wikipedia is about. An 18-year-old just adult might not know what the Wikipedia is about. These guys think it is the gospel truth. When we are exposing them, when we are telling about the funding, when we are giving them the logics, when we are telling them as a group of, when Amitji rightly said, somebody living in Netherlands is writing the history of Kashmir who has never visited India, never seen Kashmir. This is how we'll expose them and bring them down. We don't care what do they write on the articles, but let's, as a media, as an Indian media and 1.3 billion people, go and explain them.
So here's the thing, right? If I am doing something wrong and saying something which has become